Man, now is the time to ride the flow. Here it is. Momentous moments coming from several of the star players in Blue Lock from both sides of either team, and they are starting to feel it. The flow that Ego was talking about is finally happening. It's amazing that someone from Blue Lock, the very first person that feels the flow, is the one from Blue Lock, although on the opposite team. And remember last week how we were discussing how it seemed like Sai was kind of teaching Ryusei, all these little moments, and he's starting to understand more and more of it. And then finally, he's like, the ball's way up there, but I can get it. This dude bicycle kicks the daylights out this ball and makes the score. And it's super impressive, albeit on the opposite team. But the flow is happening and people are starting to feel it, starting to ride the wave and trying to make their own scores. So the other people that were feeling the flow is here we have Kenyu. Kenyu was, kind of like a character that's kind of in the backline, sideline characters, not necessarily like a real main character. We got introduced to him as he was part of the top 6, and we started to learn a little bit more about him. And so he's starting to feel the flow, and really, I could tell that he wasn't going to score, because even though they tried to give this moment to him have his grandstand like everybody else has been having, and he's like, oh, he's getting the flow, he's strategically figuring things out, doesn't feel hype enough for a goal. And so it doesn't surprise me that it was blocked by Oliver, who is now getting that moment that he always wanted. We saw a little bit out of him before the game started and how he was saying he hasn't really been playing soccer the way he wants to. And then of course, he's the captain, especially of the defensive team, but captain of the team itself. And now, with the fact that he just kind of jumped in there, it was like, even Isagi was like, that's not his natural, normal thing. Normally he's so strategic in what he's doing. But then all of a sudden he just took a gamble and went with it. It's like, okay, all right. I love the fact that it gave us an episode where we're starting to see more and more people feeling the flow. So then that way it's like I've said before, it's like they go into their second stage. They're bringing out their Bankai, in soccer form. So it's like, okay, all right, let's see what you could do. Oh man, it didn't work. It didn't score. It got blocked. It just makes it so much sweeter when Ren and Isagi pop off. I am waiting. I'm counting down the episodes because it's about to happen. Especially now we're starting to see more people are feeling the flow. And Isagi is just sitting there analyzing like, dang, these guys are just starting to feel it, Why isn't it me? Why am I not scoring? It wouldn't surprise me now with the fact that the score is 3-2. For example, Ren pops off, scores, and there's a tie score, and then the final score comes down to Isagi feeling the flow, popping off, and make that final score. So I am waiting. I am counting the moments. I mean, here it is. We're on episode 11, and the season ends with 14 episodes, so we got just a few more episodes to go. So it's going to happen. It's so going to happen. And finally, the second thing that was momentous in this one was Barou. Barou coming out of left field. And I love the fact that he finally was given the chance, because there was no way that they were not going to have Barou tear up the field. But the fact is, he's just a joker of a player. You just don't know what you're going to get. And I love the fact that Isagi was sitting there. Isagi's looking to Ego like a mentor, like, okay, you've been teaching us so much thus far. So Isagi could feel the moment slipping through their fingers as they're losing and going to Ego and like, Ego, what's the deal, man? Okay, we want to win. How we win? And then Ego's like, well, technically you've already won. We've already won. I've kind of figured that the game is going to be scripted like this. And even if we lose, we've won, because you guys, the world has seen what you guys can do. Each one of you is going to get picked up by different teams. And, the fact that Blue Lock, what has been given to you, the things that you've learned in Blue Lock is going to manifest to other things in the future. And then Isagi's like, that's not good enough. What are you talking about? Who cares? We want this moment now. We want to win. So they're like, all right, well, get in there, send in the wild card. And I love the fact that Ego was like, all right, look, so here's the game plan. The game plan is you're going to go like this, you're going to go like that. Yeah, screw the game plan. And Baru's like, yeah, I was going to stick to it anyway. He's like, yeah, so Isagi, you see that guy? You see that teammate right there? Yeah, tear him up. He's meaningless. He's like, you ain't had to say nothing but the word. So Barou is there. He's ready to tear up the field. He's ready to go in as he's stealing the ball from his own teammate, Isagi, which is great because this is only pressuring Isagi. We got to understand that Shido was pressured to make that play. As he says, he's birthing everyone. He made that explosive play because Sai kept pressuring him and giving him these impossible passes, impossible shots, so then that way he can make something out of nothing. It manifested to Shido being able to make an explosive play. Now we're going to see the same things at a Barou versus Isagi. Barou's pressuring Isagi. As Barou said, your plays have been boring. He is pressuring Isagi, trying to, it's like, you know what, if you're not going to do anything with the ball, let me have it. He's tearing him up. So Isagi has Barou to contend with, and he has Oliver to contend with, because Oliver is being the big defensive player, and he's got to figure out a way to get past him. So it's just a matter of time, before everything clues in with Isagi. And I think it's starting to trickle in a little bit because Isagi saw Oliver pop off and get that flow, and he's like, what? He just took a gamble. And I think that he's going to latch onto the word gamble, start to realize that even though he's able to predict and take everything in and understand everything, that sometimes you just got to make a play and make a gamble and see if it works. So, and thus the reason why the theme song shows like a roulette table, I think it has something to do with that. And I'm hoping we start to see the little tricklings of things. And let's not forget about Ren. Notice how Ren hasn't been really stated or shown as much in this episode. He was there, he was like a side character in this episode alone. A lot of times they put someone behind and don't mention someone. It's only because it wants you as the viewer to forget about them, and then they have their momentous play all of a sudden, like where'd they come from? So it would not surprise me if Ren, seeing everything that's happening, he gets his explosive play, maybe next episode or soon, and then that's when, after everyone is feeling the flow, that's when it all just trickles in on Isagi, and he's just like, I understand this now. And then he finally pops off, and then they win it. I hope that they do win it, because I definitely don't like the scenario that Ego was giving them, that technically they all will end up being pretty powerful soccer players because of what they've learned from Blue Lock. And it's true, yeah, in the way he does win it, Ego does win in the long run, in the hearts and minds of soccer itself, but that's just not good enough. So I definitely want to see them absolutely tear it up and have Blue Lock not go down and Blue Lock end up manifesting better players out of them in the future. So let's see how it goes down, and let's see how it all works. But tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. But make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys are subscribed. If you like what we're doing here, hey, I appreciate you guys being here. But make sure you hit that notification bell icon so you can know when more videos are coming out for more reviews from this anime and several others. Meantime, you guys be safe. Take care. And Lord willing, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.